Portrait of a Lady, yes. So I was inspired by looking at a real range of portraits and interpretations of women by many different artists, which range, say, from historical references like Van Dyck and Singer Sargent through Tamara de L'impicca, and contemporary artists as well, John Curran and Marlene Dumas. I drew many different things from them. Say, from Tamara de L'impicca, the colour of the lipstick that we used in today's show was very much inspired by her images. From Van Dyck, there were certain colours which I found, the blues and the greens. Then Marlene Dumas is just a general spirit of her work which appealed to me. There's one image in particular where there's a row of women all dressed in their underwear and wearing stockings just over the knees, and it just seemed very immediate and appropriate for Nina Ricci.
I am a huge fan of Nina Ricci and certainly of Peter Copping and what he's been doing here. The Neiman Marcus woman is very feminine. She loves girly touches and she likes to look like a woman. And so I have to say that his ability to bring all those romantic elements into an ensemble always really charmed me. Lace is a trend on every runway, and he certainly has been working in lace since he's come to this house, but does it with a very delicate and a very light of hand, which I always think looks so gorgeous. That whole color palette of wine and roses, I've been talking about it since the New York fashion shows. It's happening here in Paris. I love that whole idea of those cranberry, calla lily prints that have a lovely little romance to them.
I thought it was beautiful. Peter has a very feminine sensibility, obviously, but I felt like he moved in a more mature direction, not so girly, in a good way, not mature like old, but just a more wearable, sophisticated version of what he's been doing.
A lot of luxury and a lot of opulence on the runway. And again, just interesting color mix. It's the idea of kind of a jade green back to a powder blue, orange to black. Unexpected, almost creating a color block, but a very considered way of dressing.
As I said, it was very much inspired by portraits. But at the end of the day, the important thing for me is how the woman feels and sees herself in the clothes. So that's why I decided to put the mirrors, and also in a way that it would give a multi-faceted vision, because any woman can have so many personalities and dress in different ways. So it was really, for me, the way a woman sees herself as well, which was important.
in a season that's all about texture, he used it very beautifully to his advantage. You know, everything is so covered this season, but he still managed to make it very feminine and not heavy.
I think my personal aesthetic is very close to Nina Ricci, and it's very important for me to be loyal to the brand heritage. And I like to work a feminine silhouette, but then at the same time offset it in certain ways. So it may come through the fabric or the way pieces are made, the treatment that the fabric gets as well.
I was happy to see that he has kind of gotten away from so much pretty. It seemed that this time the collection had a little bit of roughness to it that I think was more interesting. You know, some of the suits kind of had like fringy, almost, you know, patchy effects. And you know, the dresses kind of seemed a little bit more sort of fragile, and I like that. I thought it was more interesting than all of the kind of like perfect florals and all of that, which we've seen from him before.
I love this idea of very considerate, very thoughtful dressing, be it ensemble dressing or even a dress, but back to a matching coat, because I think that's making the dress look very new again. And all the tweed suiting terrific. It's a ladylike moment that we're in, so it's not so much about being mixed mastery, it's really about being very much coordinated. Something we haven't seen for a while on the runway, but it looks very, very new to the eye.
There's so much choice out there now, and everything between all us designers is pretty much covered, but I hope to give women something that they can connect to in some ways, and just something that they'll feel at home and comfortable in.